Good evening, travelers. I'm coming to you to give you the final conclusion on my repair that I had done and the information I got from the vet on Jake. I will be posting a picture or two of what Jake's nose looks like. And it's a little better than those pictures. I don't have an absolute current one, but it's not going to get 100% better. Jake has what is called discoid lupus, and then there's a big long word, and I'll put it in here when I edit, but it's DLE. Anyway, it's a common lupus in dogs. It's not like a lupus that humans get. It's an autoimmune disorder, but it affects the nose, possibly the eyes, and possibly the ears. I thought at first that he had a fungus that he picked up in western Washington because of the moisture and all of that. And it's still kind of possible that that's what it is. I've had him to 2 vets. I've had 2 different answers. Neither one of them have given me any medication that has worked. Jake's on medication right now. He's also on some holistic supplements in his food. So I'm trying to cure it the best way I can. You can't put any ointment on the dog's nose because he licks it off within 30 seconds, so it doesn't do any good. The only way that they can put an antifungal in his nose, if it is a fungus, is if they put him under general anesthetic, and then they put the antifungal in the nose and leave it there for like 30 minutes. I don't want him to go through that garbage. And there's no guarantee that that will cure it. And with his age, at about 10 years old, that could do some damage to his heart or whatever because of the heavy doses of the medicine to put him to sleep. Anytime you put an animal to sleep or a human being to sleep, you risk death. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, and I don't want to risk him to die to put some antifungal in his nose. It's not infected. There's no odor. He doesn't seem to be bothered by it. It just looks funky. So if it is this lupus, it's not going to go away. It'll just get better, and then it could get worse. I thought maybe getting in the drier temperatures might help. We've been in Nevada for a little bit now, and it's so dried up, but not so good. It just cracks open and gets a new scab, and then it scabs over, and then it cracks open again. So doing the best I can. If you see a picture of him or him in the video with a nasty looking nose, know that he's been to the vet twice. Know that he's on all the medicine I can give him and all of the holistic remedies that are possible out there that I have found. I'm still doing more research to see what else I can do, but he's on probiotics, he's on vitamin C. Now dogs create their own vitamin C, but he's on a little extra dose to help with the immune system. He's on vitamin E oil, extra dose of fish oil for the omegas. He's on 2 types of medicine from the vet. So he's getting a bunch of stuff in his diet right at the moment. And I don't want to give him too much more because that could be worse than not giving him anything. So anyway, that's the update on Jake. He's fine. He's healthy. The vets took a look at him. They're very pleased that he's a 10-year-old dog and doesn't even look like he's a 10-year-old dog. At least he will be 10 in January. And they've said that health-wise he's just like in amazing health. But all of a sudden now he's got this autoimmune disorder. So I guess we both have autoimmune disorders. So we're a match set. Anyway, then part of this video here, I'm going to put in a clip of what happened after I got the van back. We were in the shop, as you know, for the weekend. Waiting for a part. And I was told by the mobile repair guy that he could not do the job out in the camping area where I was at. He would have to have it towed back to the shop and do the job in his shop because he needed to have the shop available. Well, I don't think that's the case, because the guy crawled under my van, never jacked it up, used a few tools, hand tools. He didn't even use power tools. He used hand tools, and he used a floor jack. Now, he could have thrown that in the back of his pickup and come up there and done the job. So I think I paid for a tow unnecessarily. However, my insurance has been sent a request for reimbursement, and hopefully they will oblige and reimburse me for the tow. So I don't know how you get around that when a company tells you you got to bring it in, and you've called a mobile repair, and you're at their mercy because there's nobody else out there. Nobody else will come to take a look at what you've got. So you just have to take what they say and go with it. And I know a lot of people on my What's Up Wednesday have asked me about reliable auto mechanics and how do you find one on the road. Well, you don't. You call whoever's available, and if you can get them to come out or you can get into them, you just hope and pray that they are a good mechanic, and you watch them, and you watch them good. You don't leave. You stay there with your vehicle and you watch them. You don't just drop it off and take off. No, you watch them and get all of your old parts back to make sure that they took them off and they put a new one in its place. Sometimes they don't do that. So get your old parts back. As soon as you get them back, you can throw them away, but you get them back. I don't care what part it is, you get them back. And you tell them you want your parts. You want to see them. But you're really at their mercy. You really are. And I think I got a fairly decent repair guy at a reasonable rate. Now, I called my own tow truck. There were two in the area, and the first one was just, he was way out of line with his price, and secondly, he acted like he didn't even care. So I went with somebody that I felt good about. So anyway, all in all, it was good. But like I said a minute ago, I'm going to show you a clip of what happened after. I came out of the laundromat. I went to start my van, and it wouldn't start. So I'm pumping it. I'm like, what's wrong with it now? I just got out of the shop. So I'm pumping it, and it kicks over. Okay? And I got it to where I started to drive off, and it died right in the middle of the street. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong with my van? It won't start. It's about 5:30 in the evening, almost 5:45, and I pump it some more, still nothing. A few neighbors come running out and said, hey, you're dumping gas all over the street. I'm like, oh crap, what's wrong with the van? So I jump out of the van, and sure enough, there's gas everywhere. It's coming out from under the engine. It's not coming out down at the gas tank. So I'm thinking, oh no, what's wrong now? And I stepped out of my van, I stepped on the pavement, and there was black stuff all over my new shoes, slipping and sliding on the pavement, almost fell. And I'm thinking, I got to call the fire department because there's oil and gas all over the road. What is wrong with the van? So I called the auto shop real quick, and thankfully they were not gone. They were locking up, but they were not gone. So they came out, and we pulled the engine doghouse off and took a look, And what had happened is the guy who came up to the BLM to troubleshoot the van, he put the fuel line back in, but he didn't put it back in correctly, so it was leaking fuel everywhere. So we had to sit beside the side of the road for an hour and let the fumes dissipate out of the van so that we didn't cause a fire by starting the van. So as soon as the fumes dissipated, Jake and I drove over to Walmart. All in all, everybody was safe. Nobody caught fire. It was just a fiasco, actually, and I've got a little clip of what happened that evening. Anyway, I'm going to show you that right now. Well, there you have it. The day in the life of a nomad. Anyway, things happen on the road. Just letting you know how it all ended. It ended with a little bit of humor, I think. Could have been worse. Could have lost everything. The van could have caught fire. However, it didn't. We didn't lose anything except for a nasty rug that got oil on it. But all in all, gave some good video content so that you guys can see what it's really like out here. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. However, there's lots of rainbows and lots of butterflies and very few disasters, and hopefully even less. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and as always, follow your heart, embrace your dreams, and cherish your life, and get out there and do something fun today. It's late in the evening, so I'm gonna go to bed. So we'll see you on Wednesday with another edition of a What's Up Wednesday. Anyway, have a good evening. Bye bye.